Welcome back to another episode of Weeble Slice. So today we are back with a good one, but before we get to
a great one.
Yes, but before we get to anything, make sure you
subscribe to the channel.
Now, yes, what he mentioned is a great one. First of all, don't try to hype it up so hard when you wasn't so keen on the second season.
I was keen on the second season. I thought it was good. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought that the second season actually was pretty good. So we're talking about Spy Family, by the way, because I don't think we said.
No, I was gonna let you speak first, and then I was gonna get into it.
So pretty much, me and your boy Mel here went to go see Spy Family, and it was surprisingly
much
hilarious.
Better. It was much better than the trailer. Because if you have not seen it, we have reacted to the trailer a couple episodes back. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out now.
Definitely.
And the trailer did not do the movie justice. I would say that, right? The movie was hilarious, especially in the second half. The second half was funny as heck. Now, but while we recording, by the time we air this episode, everyone should have the opportunity to go see it. If not, because it'll be a while before this episode drops, and by the time it drops, people should have seen the movie already. So, spoiler alert, just heads up. Now, what caught your attention in the movie? You want to go like story, plot, stuff like that. What was pretty telling for you?
I just like the progression of the story itself, which kind of has made it more hilarious as it went on. And the ending was, I'm not going to say it was bland, but it really didn't make a difference. It was really more about character building and building up the family as a whole was what it really was about. It really wasn't about the progression of the actual storyline itself, like getting Stellas and helping find out whether the gentleman wants to take over the world and all that. It was really more so about the family itself becoming a whole. And I think having those family members give you that like warm and fuzzy on the inside, and the character progression between the family members, just building their relationship, pretty much just giving them more wholesome relationship.
I kind of have a similar sentiment because as a family guy, I was thinking like, dang, it was because eventually he was about to be tasked and took off the particular role or job he had of building a family up, doing an investigation, potentially assassinating the kid's father that his daughter is going to school with.
Yeah, Mr. Right? Desmond. The crazy thing was that he was pretty much, hey, I built this family up, and now somebody else will take my hard work and my blessing. So you're like, oh no, we ain't about to have this.
So they was like, you know what, you off the job. We're gonna send another agent over. And he was kind of pissed, like. But he didn't show his emotions. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna
stoic.
Yes. So he basically, I think they tried to give him another role or another job at that particular time. But what happened was he found out that his daughter can get another stellar, and he was gonna leverage that against his agency to stay on the job. He's like, okay,
I should get this Stella there. Yep. I'm the guy for the job, and they ain't got to worry about this fat piece of crap over here.
They felt like he wasn't performing enough. And we'll bring it back.
He wasn't getting any results.
Yeah, they said he wasn't getting enough information, enough results, so we may have to take you off the job. And he like, okay, we can leverage this star to keep us together if I can stay on this job. So that was the major focal point for a while, right? And Anya, they had a cook-off coming up, so the dad was actually spying on like the teachers and stuff like that, and he was like, okay. He basically do all his background checks on all the teachers, the principal, and what's their favorite dish is, so his daughter can get the best dish available for them. So basically, trying to cheat her way to a stellar star.
Well, he the spy. So, he already knew what the principal liked. So long story short, let's take a trip and we're gonna taste it. Then we're gonna make it, so you can have the experience of knowing what it's supposed to taste like. And then when you make it, get it to taste as close to that as possible. Yep. So really, the whole movie is about them getting these ingredients, getting together, going on this family trip to make this pretty much a fruit cake.
It was like a gourmet dessert.
A gourmet fruit cake is what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, it's a gourmet dessert. And so I like how they was able to spread that premise all the way out, because that's what the premise of the movie was, right?
That's literally it.
So they was able to stretch that out, and they basically, it reminded me of like Russia or something like that. They went to like a very cold climate.
It was like Eastern Europe for sure. Yeah, like I would say Europe in general, not just Eastern Europe, but it was Europe in general.
Just the buildings, architecture and all that stuff, it reminded me of Russia. And they went there, especially even with the army guys and all that. So when you think about it, the dude that was taking over and all that stuff. Like,
all right.
So
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Favorite moment in the whole movie, what really made you laugh?
So don't sit here and ask a rhetorical question when you know the answer to. This is a rhetorical question because the funniest part of the movie when Anya stomach was tearing her up, and she had to poop real bad, and she kept trying to save it because they told her like she basically ate a chocolate, right? And the chocolate had a chip in it, and the chip was for the army man who actually was trying to take over the world. So they found out she ate the chip. And they hunted her down, and they basically captured her. And they basically, he said, "Hey, if she don't poop, cut her stomach open, and then basically kill her." And they was waiting for a while, and the captain like, you know what, bump, waiting for her to poop. We're gonna just kill her. But in that meantime, they were just the army man didn't want to kill, like his henchmen didn't really want to kill a child really, so they were trying to wait for her to poop. But while she was trying to poop, she was like, I don't have to use it because she knows when she poop, she is a goner. So,
goner.
So she knew it the whole time. So she's like, they like, you ready to go? You ready to go? She's like, no.
Stomach tearing her up like she constipated, and it felt like they gave her they did give her a laxative, but it felt like she had one the way she had to go. She was in a fighting for her life is an understatement.
It was so funny because she saw a poop god. So she was holding her stomach so bad. She was trying to hold her bladder so bad that she saw a poop god, and she was just imagining toilets everywhere.
Yeah, that was funny because the poop guy, and then she was going to this like golden toilet. This all smelling. She's like, yes, just release it. Just release it.
But did you think she was going to poop on herself, or did you think she was going to actually make it to a toilet?
Oh, I 100% thought she was going to poop on herself so I could really laugh because I just imagine her pooping on herself, then getting the teary eyes, and then just be like, Papa.
Yeah, I thought she was not going to make it to a toilet either. It was just crazy how she was able to find that toilet at the very last minute because the guys was chasing her the whole time, and she just hold her stomach, try to dodge, and like, finally a toilet, like, you know, the holy grail.
Well, I thought so when she finally made it to the toilet. I'm like, man, somebody better have to dig in the cesspool. It ain't gonna be me. That's what I was like. It ain't gonna be me. So I thought that was funny, but I think that the kicker or the plot twist, it got stuck in the teeth.
Right? Yeah.
That's a plot twist. Like they went through all that, and she went to go get something, came right out in her tooth.
Actually, the dad actually cleaned her tooth.
Yeah,
and he actually saw like, oh, it's a chip that we were looking for. But another thing that was pretty cool, you know, all these anime movies, in most cases, try to end up with a bang, right? The last 15 minutes of the movie always try to end with a bang, and basically, the dad. Make a long story short. The dad and the mom arrives through an airplane. They was trying to shoot him down. They arrived and they start putting them paws on all those shipments.
Yeah, it was funny that they were putting the paws on them. And then Anya's like, man, they just lying to each other. She like, these some blatant lies. And she giving a look like, y'all really gonna fall for these blatant lies from each other. But there ain't nobody gonna ask no questions. Overall,
you think she gonna tell him at the end, not to interrupt you? Oh, I was just on the plane with you. I just caught on and I was just here. Man, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, all that. That's why she just gave it a look like stare.
Yeah, like, okay, if you say so. But I do admit the fight with he walked in there, but you know, the spot of dad, he actually can mimic a lot of people like cosplay. Like he can put on a fake face and try to be somebody else. And he do that all the time. But the captain sniffed him like, you ain't my crewmate. So he shot at him. He like, God dang it. So they had a full-blown shootout for like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the captain like, you know what? I'm about to just smoke him out. And Anya, obviously, if you have watched the show, she can read people's minds, right? So she read the enemies or the captain's mind, like, I'm going to throw this gas. And the dad obviously about to lose because he going to get smoked out. And she was able to buy herself out of imprisonment and basically hit her head and basically open up all the windows for the gas can escape, which gave the dad a huge leverage to actually beating the enemy, right? So after that happened, another fight was happening at the exact same time. The mom was actually fighting the big boss or the main artillery they had in the back. It was like a guy built out of weapons.
Agent F or something like that.
If you ever played Tekken, he reminded me of Jack. If you played Tekken.
Yeah, he was remind me of like a mech. Yeah, some type of guy in a mech.
Yeah, the dude basically was transformed from a regular person to like a huge human weapon. right? He's just a human weapon made out of guns. His heart is
Actually, he remind me of like the bad guy from RoboCop. You probably haven't seen it,
No.
but RoboCop 3, I think it was, when they took that crackhead and they put him in the suit. Don't worry, I'll put a picture of it up. But they put this crackhead pretty much who was addicted to drugs in the suit and tried to make him compete against RoboCop, and he had like a turret for an arm, and pretty much the only thing that he had that was his mind. So he kind of reminded me of that, but not digital.
Yeah, so that was a good fight too, because the dude was basically indestructible to a degree, right? He was very indestructible. So the wife usually like to use knives when she fights. She like usually like a dagger. She very swift when she comes to her killing style, and it obviously wasn't working with him because he's made out of metal. But they was fighting a burning building, right? A burning. They not a building because they was on an aircraft, but in a burning area. And basically, she had some chapstick that she was given by her husband earlier in the movie, and I was like, how is she gonna beat him? So she was basically just drawing chapstick everywhere across him, and she was like, this is made out of oil. And dude was like, what? He really didn't register until the very last minute, and she dropped the chopstick and put him to ashes. And then that's basically majority of the story. I know one thing I would say. I'm gonna go ahead and get my grade. It was about 8.5, like a B plus. Oh,
I'm gonna give it an A. I'm giving it an A. I'm giving it an A. I wouldn't say it's like S. Like, oh my God, everybody needs to go see it. But if you do go see it, I think you're pleasantly surprised. I definitely think it's an A. I think it's hilarious.
I said it was either a B plus or A. So
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying from my perspective, when I went in, I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be okay. But then I'm myself cracking up during the whole movie. So I highly recommend going to go see it. I think it is a pleasant surprise. I think it's a very family oriented movie. If you don't mind the sub.
Yep.
So
it's a dub out there as well.
Oh.
So both.
So you dub maniacs. Don't beat me up.
I would say it's good for dub when you have very small children, right? Because they can't obviously read yet. So if you have small children, you want to take them to this movie, which will be a very good family experience overall. I think it'd be good to go watch it in dub.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
So you guys make sure you subscribe to the channel.
And as always, we are Weeble Slice, and we are out.